Hello, welcome to Coffee with Jane. Today I'm joined by Dave Cordle, a really great business development specialist or development specialist, and we are going to be chatting about mindsets and attitudes for success and fulfillment. Now, in my coaching, I work with generally people in small businesses, entrepreneurs, but also professionals who are hoping to create better lives for themselves, get more success, be more proactive in climbing up the ladder, getting more money, getting more time off. So the goals are pretty much the same for all of my clients, even though they might run their own business or they might be working in an office or be a freelancer, etc. So Dave, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and who you work with?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so career development specialist is what I do by title. My mission and my passion is for helping people to get the skills and confidence to create success for themselves. And the space I work in generally initially with people is about their careers. That could be people that are working for a company, and it's sometimes people that are running small businesses, and often through that transition, because I work with a lot of people in career transition who are actually making that step. So, similar to you, Jane, it's all about how people make that transition and how they create a life that they love, that's supported by work that they love, because I don't believe that there's work and then there's home life. It's all part of life.
All connected.
Exactly, all of that, exactly. I work with people in all sorts of industries and all levels in those industries as well, because my skill set's about helping them to know what their skill set is and find a job that they actually love.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Great. So it brings us on to what we're going to be discussing today, which is mindsets and attitudes for success and fulfillment. What does that mean to you, Dave?
Well, for me, with everyone I work, I think the mindset is actually the key thing that makes the biggest difference. That's what I've observed. I've worked with people in this space since 2001. So I think I know kind of what I'm talking about. But this isn't based on scientific research. There is scientific research out there, but the key thing that makes a difference is about people's mindset. And it's, I suppose, in an umbrella, you could say it's about having a positive mindset and taking responsibility.
How has that affected and changed your life?
Well, it's made a vast difference, because this is stuff that I learned I suppose at about the time I was making a career change. I mean, this is my third career. I was a cartographer, I made maps of Africa. Then I did computer systems development. And then I decided that I wanted to do something that I had a passion for. And I think what it's allowed me to do is get out of the space of getting angry about stuff. And I'm not saying I don't do that still sometimes,
It's an emotion. It's an emotion. We're allowed to feel it.
Absolutely. But it's then what you do with that emotion, isn't it? It's when you hang in there with the emotion, or you say to yourself, what would I rather have? So for me, it's not just about adopting positive mindsets. And I sort of have 8 or 10 key mindsets I work on with people, but it's about asking the right questions of yourself, from day to day and in the moment even.
Brilliant.
How does that sort of relate to how you understand it and how you work?
So very, very similar. With me, if I look back on my life, the times when I'm happier, I feel more successful, I am more successful, and I'm bringing more successful people into my life, and I have better fulfillment. So for me, it's the underlying, the mindset and attitude really that creates all of the success and fulfillment in life. When I've had times where I've not been happy with my job, I've not been happy with kind of social life, the people that I was hanging around with, and it just has a snowball effect on everything. So then I would be having bickering with a partner, bickering with my family, and then it gets that tension in all areas of your life. But when I have focused on myself, focused on my mindset and the attitudes that I have, it has almost unveiled everything. And I'm then able to look at my life, look and be grateful at all areas. Even the job that I was in that I didn't like, I did have to look at that with gratitude and all the things that it did actually give me before I was ready to let go of it and move on to the next phase, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that gratitude is a key thing as well, because we often forget to be grateful for just the simple things that we've got. And I think
Yeah.
even in a situation where we've got ourselves in a state, there's always something we can look at and find something to be grateful for, even if it's just the learning that that's creating for us.
Yeah. I
And I
think one of the audiobooks, I think it was Dr. Dwayne Dyer, I think. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. Anyway, it was one of the very famous mindset and inspirational speakers. And he started with being grateful for a pencil. He couldn't think of anything else to be grateful for, but he thought, okay, this pencil, I can write. And he even at the time, he was like, I could write a suicide note. That's how down he felt.
yeah.
But on the other end, I've got an eraser. So I could turn it over and I could just rub all of those words out. And then I don't have a suicide note, da 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 da. So it was a bit of a much more of a longer spiel, but to just be grateful for that one thing, that pencil, and then he built it up and up and up, changing his mindset and his attitude towards everything.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference. One of the exercises I sometimes get my clients to do is a very simple thing, because most people brush their teeth at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, firstly, they'll end up with cleaner teeth because they make sure they brush them. But what I do is I just get them while they're brushing their teeth, just to run through an exercise where they just say, today I'm grateful that I made a really good cup of tea. Today I'm grateful that I helped so-and-so. Today I'm grateful that I smiled at someone, or I'm grateful for someone.
That's brilliant. It brings me on to the next question, and I've lost you. So let's see if I can get you back. The next question was, how do we help our clients change mindset and attitude to become successful and feel fulfilled?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because it depends where someone is at that moment. And I
Yeah.
think you've got to meet someone where they are in their world at the moment. And sometimes people are ready to just have the conversation like we're having.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not. And it's about just gently easing people into a place where they can at least consider these mindsets. And that's all I say to people is, I'm not going to tell you what to believe or how to do things, but just at least have a go at being grateful, at focusing. This gratitude thing really links into what you focus on consistently, you create in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Scientifically, I think that relates back to subconsciously. If something's important to us, our subconscious mind will pop it up for us, and we'll notice opportunities to make it happen. So when we focus on things that we want, on things that have gone well, we start to notice more of them. Because our unconscious mind does its job and makes them available to us. And then we get more of them. So, my father-in-law wrote a book called A Granddad's Life, and in it he talks about he was always called Lucky Jim when he was a youngster.
Yeah.
I've always felt lucky. I've always assumed that I'm going to be lucky because people call me Lucky Jim.
Yeah.
That's the way his life's turned out.
It is. A belief is only true for what we believe, what we think about it. Yeah. So if we think we're fat, we become fat. If we think we're slim, we become slim. If we think we're happy or lucky, we become happy and lucky.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the thing about the mindset is it links to who we're being, because actually we live in a society which says, when I've got a better job, when I've got a better house, when I've done the diet, then I can be happy.
Yes.
So happiness becomes an objective somewhere out there.
Yeah, it does.
Lives in here.
Yeah.
And we can choose to be happy just like that. And I really do believe that. You know what? Sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
but when you stop, you can say, well, yeah, I could choose to stay in whatever anger or sadness or whatever I'm in. I could choose to choose a different emotion around it.
Definitely. What would you say? What was your go-to? What would be your basic go-to mindset technique? Would it be starting off with the brushing your teeth and going through and being grateful?
That would be one of them. My in the moment one, because obviously you can't brush your teeth all day. But, you know,
Yeah, it starts off with just having to do the little things, though, I find, just little steps, and then it builds up and up and up.
it does. The thing that I get people to go around with, and that I use for myself as well, is just a little question, and it's always, what would I rather have than this? And it's a great question to run around with in your mind, because if you're ever in a situation where you feel, let's say you're out driving and someone
Mm-hmm.
cuts you up, and maybe your immediate reaction is to get angry and you start feeling that rage inside or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, what would I rather have than this? It forces your mind to come up with solutions rather than stay in the problem.
That's a good one. What would I rather have than this? Like it. One of the ways that that I tend to work with people through this is, again, going back to the basics, and just trying to set up a bit of a routine in their lives. So make a commitment to go to bed at a certain time, whether, again, like you say, it depends on the person, so the commitment is different for everybody, but it could be, if they're up till 1-2 o'clock in the morning and they have to get up at 6-7 anyway, it's that commitment to almost self-love, really, to going to bed a couple of hours early, whilst they're going to bed, to put on a meditation. There are hundreds and thousands on YouTube, and I find a lot of people are quite scared of meditations. So like, well, my mind won't go still. Well, that's not the point of meditation. The point is to relax and to listen to what is actually going on in your mind. And once you're aware of those thoughts, you can then ask perfectly, you can ask your question at the end of the day, and just like, what would I prefer?
That's good, because it's setting up tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's an important thing. And I think the other useful thing about meditation, I agree with you, it's not about stopping the thoughts, but it's trying to be in the observer position and saying, right, I'll observe these thoughts as they come through,
Yes.
rather than getting involved in them.
Yeah.
Recognize that they're only thoughts. I'm studying a thing called A Course in Miracles at the moment.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And that's very much about standing back and observing things. It's a marvelous thing to get more deeply into the sort of mindsets and attitudes that we're talking about.
It is, definitely. I think we're kind of over on our time. I would like to chat more, but we are going to do another coffee with Jane. So our top tips for mindsets and attitudes for success and fulfillment is: work on your mindset, be happy for now and grateful for now, because happiness comes from within. And when you're doing your teeth at night, do your I am gratefuls for everything and anything you can think of. And if you can pop on a YouTube video and go to bed a little bit early, and do a YouTube meditation to set you up for the next day, and you're going to have a fabulous time. Okay, Dave, thank you very much for joining me on this. Next time, hopefully we'll do a live one.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Jane.
All right, Dave. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.